So today I want to talk to you about line charge distribution. So whenever you have a charge distribution, you know that finding field becomes a little bit of a pain because you need to integrate, right? If you had point charges, it was quite simple. But if you had a line charge distribution, you need to integrate. And particularly, we do have nice formulas for infinite line charges. But if you had like a finite line charge, it's very messy. But it is actually nice, therefore, if, for example, I had a nice formula for a finite line charge, and a formula that you could remember well, obviously makes things quite easy. I have been looking for one like this, and just recently managed to find one. So I want to share with you that, because it's a very thrilling thing for me too. So you will find that it's a neat formula that it's not something that I would have expected, but it turns out to be true. Now, if you look at this is not symmetric. First you have to understand that this is a finite charge, line charge, uniform charge of charge density lambda. And at this point, can you say that the field will point like that? No, right? Obviously it won't point like that. Why? Because if I draw, let us say, a perpendicular, now you see that first of all the charge on this side is much smaller than the charge on that side. So the overall field like that is going to be pointing that way, one. And this guy's field is probably going to point like that. You expect that the net field is not going to be like this, it is going to be like that. If it was a more symmetric question, right in the middle, then you expect that all this element and corresponding element on that side, the components, horizontal components would cancel. You can't say that here at all. In fact, it won't cancel, right? Now, suppose I had a different situation. Let us say I had a situation where I had an arc. Let us say an arc like this. Now this arc, I have consciously not drawn it like this, I have drawn it like that. Now suppose I want to look at its center, somewhere there, okay, I want the field. What do you think will be the direction of the electric field? This is also lambda. What do you think will be the direction of the electric field? So what do you think? So if you think a little about it, you can say, well, this does not look symmetric just because I have drawn it in a tilted way, but it is symmetric. It is not that it is not symmetric. It is not symmetric about an axis like that, but if I took an axis like this, it is quite symmetric, right? So if I draw this, then you could take a element here, and you take a corresponding element there. This element is going to produce a field like this, and this element will produce a field in this direction. And you expect that these two will cancel, and so the net field because of these two will point in this direction, right? So I can then conclude that for this thing, the field is along the angle bisector. So if the angle was theta, this would be theta by 2, and this field is along the angle bisector. So I can say that the field actually right in the middle, you can do that. Now, but if you look at this, do you think it is obvious that if I drew two lines, let us say these two lines, now this angle is theta, I can always draw an angle bisector. Now, do you think this will be the angle bisector? Clearly no, right? This angle is more than that angle. Maybe this was, let us say, some 40 degrees, and that was 60 degrees. So total is about 100 degrees. So the angle bisector will make an angle of 50 degrees. So it won't be like this, it will probably be like that. So in fact, you know that the angle bisector will be like this, right? Now, do you think it is obvious that the field of this thing is going to point like that? See, here it seemed reasonably obvious that the field was pointing right in the middle. Is it obvious that it points like that? No, right? It doesn't look obvious. But it turns out that it is. The field is pointing like that. Field is along the angle bisector. First of all, that's easy to remember, and it's also worthwhile. It's surprising. Why is it not so obvious? Because here there is a symmetry. Here there is no symmetry, but there is much more. Okay, so what I just discovered, and that's why I'm telling you that I'm quite thrilled about it, is that if I replace this line by an arc, okay, now I'm going to construct an arc with this as the radius. Okay, and so let us say I have an arc which goes from here all the way till there. So this is the arc. Okay. Now this angle bisector would be the direction of the field for this arc. Okay, let's think a little bit more. I have not drawn it properly, so let me correct for it a bit. So I should take the angle bisector. So if I took this whole angle, probably the angle bisector looks like that. And this is the direction of the field. Now, is it clear that for this arc, that would be the direction of the field? Yes, because that's obvious from there, right? Okay. Now, it turns out that the answer for this arc is the same as the answer for this line. I'll prove that. But right now, think about how surprising the fact is. This and this, first of all, the lengths are not the same. If I thought of a new arc like this with lambda, you can clearly see that this one is not going to have the same charge that this one has. In fact, just by looking at this diagram, it looks like this one has much more charge than that one. But this whole thing's field and this thing's field are exactly the same. And I'll tell you the field. The electric field is along the angle bisector for a line or for an arc, and they are the same. And the answer, if for example I thought of this, so let us take the radius of this thing as r. So that means this perpendicular that I'm dropping has length r. This is r. I don't even care about this length. I only care about this r. And then this angle, the total angle between from this end to that end, let's call that theta. Then the electric field, it turns out, is a very nice and simple formula. Lambda by 2 pi epsilon naught. So remember 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. This is 1 by 2 pi epsilon naught r. Now this formula may look very simple, except that this is not the answer. This electric field, which is like that, is this into sine of theta by 2. Okay, so this is the electric field of a line or of an arc. Actually, it turns out for this arc, the answer is lambda by 2 pi epsilon naught r into sine of theta by 2, and it is exactly along the angle bisector. But the fact that it is along the angle bisector is easy. In this case, it's quite easy. The fact that it is also along the angle bisector here is not so obvious. So I want to mention the fact that you should keep that in mind. And this is such a nice formula that it's actually worthwhile. Why is it worthwhile? I will now show you how you can use this in 2-3 different places. But then we can also see, then we will finally prove it, but you can also see that this is a reasonably easy formula to remember. For an infinite line charge, you will remember the formula lambda by 2 pi epsilon naught r without the sine theta by 2. I'll show you that with this sine theta by 2, it will actually turn out that it is the same answer. So let us first use this a little bit, and then we will come to proving it.